So we can't have any items, so I gotta make sure I disable those. Moreover, we need to turn it to invite only so that we don't get anybody in the party. Still would work too, but I'm too lazy to change it afterwards. So we gotta get rid of this. Alright, so we're done with the consumables. As for the loadout itself, let's see, I can just quickly go over this. We use rifle amp. Honestly, we can change it. I could forma again to use energy siphon. That's not a big of a deal. The main reason why I use rifle amp is because I need damage. Of course, most of the damage is gonna come from electric shield anyway. Speed is a necessity. Very obvious why. Constitution, continuity, and narrow-minded are there for improving on speed. We can put strength as opposed to continuity, but in the long run, strength isn't going to do anything because if you're already going really fast, you're coptering, even though it gets enhanced by the speed strength, you're not going to copter like ridiculously too far away. So you want to be able to moderate your speed, and you don't want to make it too fast because if you copter way too quickly, then you're going to get yourself stuck in a wall. That'll waste time. We have fleeting expertise for obvious reasons. Streamline. We don't get energy during hardcore runs, so we do need the power, and these 3 mods will help really well. Redirection and vitality are there for making me tanky. To be honest, we probably don't need redirection. We could probably put in like armor, steel fiber, or even necessary we can put in like vigor, but the shield's also nice. Okay, so with that, I could technically level up another one of these. Not that big of a deal, to be honest. I would have to forma again. There's like really no reason to do that. Some of the mods are really easy as well. We go full on crit build. Serration, split chamber are the 2 necessary ones. We have point strike, shred. Well, actually, point strike, vital sense for crit, heavy caliber for extra damage. The accuracy doesn't matter because you're going to be taking them down in a burst anyway. Crowd rounds and infected clip for viral damage for procs against smaller enemies. It allows you to possibly get more energy drops. And shred because we don't want to kill one enemy then try to kill another. We just want the bullet to pierce through them and kill the other enemies as it's traveling. And the fire rate's always nice, right? Prevents the charge up time from being too slow. Despair, honestly, there's no reason why you should need it. The only reason why I'm taking it is because for some odd reason, Stargus Ruck, his phases sort of glitch out when you use a Soma on the crit build. And so it's better to just use a Despair to kill him. These mods can easily be changed. It's not that big of a deal, mainly because the only boss you're going to be using with this guy anyway is going to be Despair. Skoliak is required for coptering. We only have Quickening and Fury because since bosses scale off of Conclave, your melee is not going to be doing any damage in the long run. So it's better to just put this as a coptering tool for utility as opposed to damage. For people who think coptering is the worst thing ever, well, sorry. You gotta sort of take advantage of anything you can while you're doing a speed run, so coptering is one of it. It's not really a glitch. The carrier, we need vacuum, it's a requirement. We could take out Sanctuary and all that stuff, but to be honest, Coolant Leak's really good. Striker is there to pick off enemies that you aren't able to get to. Guardian's a necessity, Regen is a necessity, all the rest should be self-explanatory. Sanctuary, not so much though. And then Sweeper, well, I could upgrade this, but you're probably going to be doing most of the damage anyway, so there's no need to. Consumables, you're not allowed to have any consumables except for... ooh, do I have enough scans? Yeah, I still have 100. You're only allowed to have codex scanners. Don't ask me. Apparently, codex scanners are still allowed. Not like you're going to do anything with them anyway. Unless there are any big glitches, but there aren't. So I guess it's just there because it doesn't do anything. I should buy more of these anyway. I'm gonna need them for later. Alright. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I used to run Rhino instead. His shields made things a lot more safer, but now I feel like I'm probably able to move into using Volt just because he kills bosses much faster, so we can try to test that out. So this is the first run we're going to do with Volt. For anybody who's watching, thanks for watching, and I hope things work out really well. Let's see if the splits are all good. Should be ready. And we'll begin and when I click play now. So 3, 2, 1, and go. Ooh, I got to continue my music. Okay, so the first boss is Board. This guy is pretty easy. The only thing you gotta worry about is energy. Mainly because you can't just copter like just anything. You could also use speed, but remember, you gotta conserve energy. So like at my energy right now, 143 is actually really good. I can use this for speed, and it'll help me copter a lot faster. But honestly, the only times you should use it to copter is when you're in straightaways. Otherwise, you're only going to be hitting a bunch of bends. Ooh, I got really good RNG. That's good. Okay, so see how I killed him that fast. This shield is possibly the most OP thing I've ever seen, with the right mods. And the reason why it's so good is that it acts as a placeholder for damage, which is the good thing about it. So now I can just like stick like this, and then now you really can't like do anything to me. And we're gonna see me use more of that shield during boss rushes. Speed is there for getting to the end and just being able to get to the boss without much hassle. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory, not much to explain. That was pretty fast. Vor's pretty straightforward. You just need to take him out before he does any damage to you. If he does manage to CC you with his second phase, then you're in trouble. Alright, so for Fossa, Jackal's also considered a really easy boss. All you really have to do is just rush to him and just take him out. There's a glitch where if you proc a viral status on him just as you finish one of his legs, he'll immediately die in the next shot if you do it very quick. And if you do enough damage, of course. You can sort of proc this if you're lucky. Obviously, I'm not going to rely on it too much. So I'm just going to do the boss fight like usual. Now you'll notice one thing, if you watch my Rhino speedruns, you'll notice I'm a lot faster with them. Main reason because I use there's a speed aura that I use in particular, but we don't worry about that here because Rifle Lamp just allows you to do more damage and we have speed. We have 50 energy. Notice how I'm not using any of it for speed right now because we haven't picked up any energy orbs yet. And Electric Shield takes 13 energy for each proc. We could use speed right now as we keep going. We get a lot of charges, but you want to conserve energy because if you're in trouble. Oh shoot, that's what happened. Actually, now that I think of it, maybe I don't really need to worry. Oh, rare mod. Maybe we really don't need to worry about losing energy as much. Bleeding expertise makes things much easier to deal with. Huh. Well, I'm learning these things every day. This seems to be a lot easier than I expected. Okay, so I guess there really is no need to worry about energy loss. Earth doesn't have a boss, we're not going to do him. With this case, since speed takes up 7 energy each and the shield takes 13, I don't really remember, it's somewhere around there. We can cast 2 successive chains of these, so getting to the boss with speed won't be that big of an issue. Of course, the main issue is with the Corpus lasers. We lose about 5 seconds every single time we hit one, and we passively lose more time because my speed degrades as that happens. So you want to avoid having that happen to you so many times. So you notice how I'm just using speed here. Nefanyo is not a hard boss. We can immediately just use up all our energy on him, just getting to him because you can take him down in one cycle, and there really isn't that big of a deal in doing so. The main sort of goal you want to do though is avoid having him turn invisible because that wastes 15 seconds, and every second is precious in this run. Oh, maybe it takes 6 energy. That's even better. Well then. Okay, so see, notice how he almost turned invisible. We were able to stop that. That's the best sort of outcome that could happen, obviously. We don't want anything else to happen. Man, I can't believe we did that. We want to avoid having him turn invisible, like we said. So, good thing that happened. Oh, that's fast. So you want to use speed in open areas like this. Not on... Unfortunately, you do not want to use it on sort of like going up. Unless you're on a staircase that's straight. Because things like that happen where you roll, then you lose like 3 seconds. But yeah, things like this would be perfect. And we might have lost time there. That's fine. I can't really tell though. Next up, I believe, is Salad. Okay, we're ahead by 56 seconds. That's nice. So the idea with Salad, he's easy as long as you have the energy for him. That being said, I have to conserve my energy. I don't know how much energy I can use in terms of speed before I get to him. But I do know that if I have 100, I can do fine. So if I get 100, then no problem. You're safe. Oh, nice. That's a mod. We can skip it. So we should be fine now. We can, yeah, we got another energy pack. That's perfect. Hey, zombies. Oh. Oh shoot. That's fine. That might not be fine. So what we need to do here is avoid looking at him. So we'll do this, and we'll start looking. If he starts, and then what we're gonna do is, okay, we're gonna kill them really quickly like that. So you'll notice in my Rhino runs that I have to use Roar in order to kill him. With the shield, I can totally ignore that, and I can kill him in less than a second. Possibly making both of us OP Warframe with the skills. Wait, where? Okay, that was awkward. Ah! Oh no! Not supposed to happen. Okay, so we might have lost time because I fell off a couple of times. That's still fine because this is our first run with Volt. But we'll see how much time we save. I can tell you for the fact that this is probably going to be a PB run. Unless something really bad happens. So with Ruck, there is a bet we can make. Instead of using the Despair, we can just easily kill him with one solo bullet. And the only way to do that is to shoot him as he does his first phase with like 7 to 8 shields in play. Because the shields stack damage even though they don't do all of it. They don't give you like the 2 million damage that used to be the case. But it still does a ton of damage. Oh, don't want that to happen though. If that happens, we have to go collect more energy. So we'll notice that we just lost all of our energy. I should probably watch out for that more. But the good thing is that Grenier Galleons in general tend to give a lot of energy. As long as we get one, we're safe. And of course we don't get one. Of course we don't get one. It's fine. Ow. Oh, okay. There we go. Stop it. So that just happened. We didn't have enough shields, that's my fault. There he is. Ow. Alright, so maybe we do have to use the spare, there's no point about it. Oh. Nice. Alright, so I guess maybe it's not the best idea to attack Rook without the spare. The good thing though is there weren't any arc traps. That would be bad. We might be losing more time here. Miranus easy. Totodor is a joke right now. So much that we can pretty much ignore energy usage. But again, we want to avoid losing energy because that messes with our ability to use speed. As long as we do that, we're fine. Is he invisible? Oh, what? I didn't know you can turn invisible. Okay, so we can do that too. Again, we want to avoid that. Arc traps are pretty bad. Good thing we have enough shields. If we didn't have shields, that would burn through my health really quickly. So math will be easy. Hyena pack, the one thing that worries me about this stage is if I can't hit them. They always like to dodge, and so if I get the really large room, those pillars can be a big nuisance. So I'm not going to use energy here to see if it works. Okay, actually maybe I'll use it here. Big room. Notice how I'm not getting hit by the lasers, I'm coptering through them. This is a skill that's sort of necessary in runs because you don't want to have to destroy the camera, because it wastes about 1 second every single time you have to stop and do that. So what you want to do instead is crouch and immediately copters through the lasers. It doesn't CC you. You get CC immunity frames. Okay, so here what we want to do is so that's one down, and the other one that's done. That makes this fight really, really easy. Again, the only thing you really need is just like 3 shields, and they'll take tons of damage within like the next 2 seconds, as long as you can hit them. If you can't hit them, then that's a problem. Oh, speed only takes 6 energy. That's nice. Another reason why speedrunning this can be really variable is because of the elevators. Now I got really lucky with this one because it's a short elevator, so it's really fast. That being said, again, there are cases where there are 20-second elevators going up and down one complete cycle. So if you get one of those, then you kind of have to deal with it. Next up is Ambulas. This one's easy. You just want to make sure you don't get pulled by him. And you can do that then. You save a couple seconds. Other than that, nothing problematic here. You can just skip right on by using speed. Probably not a necessity to do this, but nonetheless, it's okay. Since we're going up, it's not that big of a deal since we're only going here. Again, you want to avoid using you want to avoid using elevators as much as possible. So when you have the chance, don't use it. So what we want to do is avoid him here. And you'll notice that he fails his grab. Another thing that's really annoying about runs, by the way, is when you have to see a fire. If you see fire whenever you enter a level, then you are immediately losing up to 10 seconds, if not more, if you don't know how to do hacking. Because as you're running through the levels, enemies are going to go straight for the console because it's in fire mode, and they'll immediately activate the second level warning, which will lock all the doors. When you see that, well, again, not much you can do about it, you just have to deal with it. Might have lost a few seconds there. I don't know though. Could have been better. My handling is still kind of iffy. So the next thing to do is Ceres. Not much you can do here. Left Krill is pretty annoying. Oh wow, I lost the... Oh wait, oops. How does this work? Guess that doesn't work. I must have got the split, that's fine. Change that in a bit. Okay, you don't want enemies to attack you here. That's not fun. If enemies attack you here, then either you alerted them or there were enemies already here when they spawned, and you don't want that happening. Because you're going to get attacked by Krill. And for any enemies that are on the tops over there, especially if they're bombards, and you don't want those guys here because those guys will just CC you to death. Okay, so that's nice. Take full advantage of your abilities. Well, of course, I only use 2 here, but gotta save the mod points. Overload isn't really necessary. You're not going to be killing mobs. You're going to be killing bosses, so overload's not like big priority. Uh-oh, that's bad. I lose about 5 seconds there. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to go back. Okay, so we're back to Kayla. That's better. We're gonna lose a bit of time because of that. I kinda had to skip splits. Kayla's easy. You can ignore anything she does. Just don't want to get her rollers in the way. Ay, ay. She gets her rollers in the way and they CC you, then you're in trouble. Other than that, she's not difficult. Oh man. Okay, hopefully this is her boss stage. This is not her boss stage. So we got a long cycle. The tile set's gonna be 7 tiles long, maybe a little bit more. We're definitely losing time here. So unless we're lucky, okay, so that's not the case. We're probably gonna have to go back to the large room. Whoops, messed that up. And it's probably going to be on the other side. Oh, okay, it's up here. That's good. Pretty good. Sedna's done. Europa, Nama, easy peasy. It might sound like I'm saying everything's easy. Of course, a lot of this is with the fact that you have to have like really high level gear. But since it's specialized, you just need the mods. You don't necessarily need everything, because you probably shouldn't be attempting this if you don't have the gear to solo the bosses yet. In which case, do a co-op run, much easier and better suited to people who want to work together as a team and like to rush. For this boss, there is a possibility of one cycling, and how that works is that basically you're going to let him close his sort of side pods once, and the instant they open up, you want to attack them and deal as much damage to him to bypass his first phase and his second phase and then kill him. You don't want to go past the second phase and stop. Major reason because he will complete his first, he will like close his pods, do the missiles for his first phase, and then close it again for the second phase. And you want to avoid him going through any phase as much as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, and the instant he opens up again, I'm going to just attack him, and you'll see there it totally eliminates him. Pretty good, because not only do you save a potential of 30 seconds, but it helps keep your momentum going, especially if you use speed right before it. Alright, so next up we have Vorm Krill. These guys are easy with Rhino as long as you have energy. For Volt, the idea is you need to avoid getting hit by Hellion rockets. That is your number one priority. Ignore the bosses until you do that. The best way to do that is to just kill them before they can do anything to you. Electric shields won't do much because explosions go through them, and thus you're still going to get damaged. So the best thing you can do is just get energy as much as you can and hope for the best. And once that happens, then you can go straight for the boss and take it down. I project 150 should be enough energy for this battle. Anything above it is sort of extra just in case bad things happen. Stack shields when you're about to kill Krill. Then again, you really don't need to. One shield's really enough, because if you have enough Soma damage, you can probably take him out without even using a shield, because since he's really low level after that, or has really low HP. Alright, so notice how I did that. Tips about coptering. I can explain that in the next stage. There are quite a few tips for coptering. Oh, want to kill these guys? Those are not friendly. They buff damage of nearby enemies. There's an enemy behind me. Nope, we're good. Okay, there he is. Okay, so he's down. So you might be wondering, well, why War first? First of all, he spawns enemies. Second of all, he CCs you to death. Hence, clearly the easiest choice to go for. Worst things that Krill can do to you: slow you down. That's not that big of a deal. And since he really only does melee damage and you have electric shield, you can completely avoid his bullets. Like that, right? So the only person you really need to kill is Vor, because he can move around with his teleport. Krill is second priority. Right. So I'm just gonna do this a couple times, wait for him to change, and then boom, he's gonna be dead. Right? 2 shots. Okay, so coptering. What is it? If you are here and interested in doing speedruns, then you probably know what coptering is already. Basically what you're going to try to do is improve your momentum by holding control, or the crouch button, and then immediately doing a melee. Better if you do this while you are in the air, because the air prevents you from taking a lot of reduced speed due to the ground. And yeah, that's basically how coptering works. So again, crouch, melee, crouch, slide. Like just slide melee is the best way to describe it. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, Bolt is considered the destroyer of... Oh! Don't want that! Okay. That makes me sad. Whatever you do, you don't want any XMI, especially those ones, from taking your energy. If those guys take your energy, then you lose your source of damage against Lephantis, and the minimum requirement for Lephantis is, I'd say, 5 charges of your shield. The main reason being is because you want to be able to use your stack shields to deal damage to him. 100 energy is good enough here. And if you don't have shields, then you're just gonna have a hell of a time. So see what I can do here. I can stack 2 shields and basically take him out in 1 cycle. That's it. Might be better if I use a bit more. But that's the basic idea. Oh, nice energy. 2, 3, 4. 4 shields on this guy is good enough. Oh, whoa, he went back into the ground. That's not good. Okay, on the bright side, this does mean that I won't get that silly glitch with the other dude. Ah. Oh, man. That was dangerous. Okay, I'm losing 2 cycles off of this, because he spawned on top of me. That was unlucky. Okay, now where's the other dude? I hope that one doesn't take forever to spawn again. There's a glitch where if you kill the 2 enemies really quickly, then you lose the third guy for about 40 seconds, and I think it just happened. That's not good. Oh no, okay, we're good. He's dead. Now we don't have energy for the final boss fight. Oh man, that's not good. So I was hoping I didn't lose energy from the Eximus. Ow. What was that? Come on. Come on. Come on. Perfect. No, maybe not. One more shot. Oh wait, no one there. That was really sloppy. I could have definitely done better. I'm losing time on this split. Maybe. Actually, no, I think I'm gaining time now that I think about it. Because I killed the last phase really quickly. The first phase was kind of bad, though. So that's the end of it. 3150, that's sub 32. That's really good. Could definitely be better. I could save another minute and a half off of Lephantis if I just didn't mess up 2 cycles in the end boss phase. But yeah, there you have it. Warframe speedrun. Oh, back to coptering. So, still kind of cool. Hey, that little glitch happened again.